morning, Richwoods. These are your morning announcements for April 30th, 2021. I'm Jamie Fry.
And I'm Maggie Moore. Richwoods is hosting a drive-in movie today from 7 o'clock to 9:30 p.m. The movie is Spaceballs, and admission is free. The movie will start at 7. See you there.
Are you listening to Castle Conversations? Podcast Club drops a new episode every week on Spotify and SoundCloud. Go listen to their insightful and entertaining episodes.
All AP exams begin May 4th. All AP students must download and install the 2021 AP digital testing application. Your school stream has the application already installed. Once downloaded, sign in and begin practicing on the computer you plan to use on test day. Email your AP teacher or Mrs. Funcannon or with any questions or concerns. Best of luck with your AP exams.
Reminder, prom tickets are on sale in the Terrazzo after school for Richwoods juniors and seniors only. Tickets are $30. Make sure to bring your student ID or Skyward with you to buy tickets, and get them as soon as possible because the price of tickets will go up.
Attention all freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. Please stop by room 603 on Monday, May 3rd from 12:45 to 1:30 for a treat. Educators Rising, a club for future teachers and supporters of education, is hosting an open house. Come say hello and learn about the club and ways you can be involved in RHS and Peoria Public Schools.
Sophomores, Jostens will be here to deliver your class rings on Tuesday, May 4th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. in the Terrazzo. If you have not made your final payment, please bring it with you on Tuesday so you can pick up your ring.
Seniors, Jostens will be back at school on Tuesday, May 4th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. in the Terrazzo. If you have not picked up your graduation order or placed your order, please make sure you see Jostens rep at this time.
Today is Peace. Finish the month of peace by showing peace.
The yearbook will be delivered beginning of next week. If you haven't purchased one, there are a limited number of extra yearbooks. You can order online at yearbookforever.com or see Dr. Kearns.
Hello seniors, your time at Richwoods is coming to an end. If you are looking at college options for fall 2021, Illinois Central College could be a great, convenient, and affordable choice. The fall class schedule will be available May 3rd. If you need assistance getting enrolled or signing up for courses, please reach out to our ICC Administration Representative, Chris Rowetter, office number 309-694-5229. He will help you navigate the ICC enrollment process. If you have any additional questions, please see your Richwoods counselor.
Now, your moment of silence.
These have been your morning announcements for April 30th, 2021. I'm Jamie Fry.
And I'm Maggie Moore. Stay tuned for the Month of Peace Assembly.
What is peace? The dictionary defines peace as freedom from disturbance or tranquility. The word has been used many times throughout the years, whether referring to periods after a war, or, more openly, societal acceptance of a certain standard.
This month, we as a student body have dedicated our time to spreading a message of peace. Peace in our society is more than just a refrain from violence. Peace encompasses the ideas of respect, acceptance, and understanding.
Peace means taking the time to educate ourselves, to learn to be open-minded, to show empathy to those who are affected by intolerance. It is our job as the forthcoming generation to unlearn these ideas of oppression that are deeply rooted into our cultures and our histories.
Intolerance is not a natural occurrence. It is a learned behavior that we must reject as a society in order to become stronger and more accepting. Intolerance has become a passive action, and we must teach ourselves to embrace peace and embrace one another as a result.
Hello, my name is Cassie Miles-Coleman, and I am president of Best Buddies this year. I'm glad to present to you the 2021 Month of Peace Assembly video. Shay, how can others be inclusive to you?
People can be inclusive to me by being nice and respectful and not harmful. They can say hello and be kind and say please and thank you. And you can say have a good day.
Jada, what is peace to you? So, Micah, how are you inclusive to others?
I am inclusive to others by greeting students and teachers in the hallway, giving students and teachers compliments, and doing things that make others laugh and smile. I try to be as inclusive as others.
So, Lindsay, how do you feel when the R word is used?
I feel it is rude and mean to many groups of people. I feel like when people use the R word, like especially in a friend group or just within a group of people, they use it as a term as stupid or dumb. But the R word was in older times related to people with disabilities, mental or physical. So when they use this word, it's almost a slur for like being disabled mentally or physically, but it's being used as a slang term for being rude and mean. So I just think that it's very ignorant of our society and kids our age, or just anybody who uses the word. So it just makes me feel disappointed and sad in our generation. But it makes me feel good that people like us, like the Best Buddies organization, are working to make the word not used at all and fill it with positivity and peace.
So, Lily, how can you be peaceful?
I can be peaceful by getting along with everyone. I can talk to friends and people I don't know yet. I can help at home and school.
So, Ben, why do you think that the R word is harmful?
Because it hurt both people feeling and it's not good to people and it's not itself.
Thank you.
The following slides will contain the information on the following: women's suffrage and history of hate crimes as well as discrimination and historical impression, suffrage of both Asian women and the Asian community as a whole, hate crimes to the Black community as a whole.
What is a hate crime? Examples of groups targeted in a hate crime can include, but do not exclude, ethnicity, disability, language, nationality, physical appearance, as well as religion.
A hate crime is defined as a prejudice-motivated crime which occurs when a perpetrator targets a victim because of their membership of a certain social group or racial demographic.
Disproportionate pay when compared to men, as well as autonomy over our own bodies as human beings, is just a small example of some of the struggles that we go through as women.
Pink tax is seen as a gender-based price discrimination wherein women have to frequently pay more than men for same products and services for identical goods and services, which can only be differentiated through the color of the product and its packaging.
One example of the pink tax products marketed specifically towards women cost on average 7% more than products marketed towards men.
The dictionary defines racism as a belief that different races possess distinct characteristics, abilities, or qualities, especially so as to distinguish them as inferior or superior to one another. It presents itself as prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people on the basis of their membership in the particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized.
White supremacy is defined as the belief that white people constitute a superior race and should therefore dominate society, typically to the exclusion or detriment of other racial and ethnic groups, in particular Black or Jewish people.
Our country is built off of white supremacy, meaning that it causes a huge problem within the minority groups that reside in this country.
There has been a huge increase in hate crimes towards the Asian community since the start of the coronavirus, also known as COVID-19.
COVID-19 originated in China. When it made its way around the world, specifically the US, racist slurs, and violence started being used to target Asians who had nothing to do with the virus itself or its spread. Trump, who was president at the time, made it worse. He often called the virus the Chinese virus and Kung Flu, which only made the racism worse. Between March 2020 and February 2021, Stop AAPI Hate said that they received 3,795 incident reports regarding discrimination against Asian Americans. According to research, 58% of Asian adults said it was more common for people to express racist views on Asian Americans than it was before the pandemic. 31% of Asian Americans had stated that they had been a target to racist slurs and jokes. It is important to note that even before the pandemic started, Asian Americans were the third most racially targeted group, followed by Black Americans and Jewish Americans.
Chinese American men and women are among those of the most targeted group when it comes to hate crimes in America. Most incidents reported tend to include that of verbal harassment, public avoidance of Asian Americans, as well as the physical assault and violence.
Recent incidents and events. Christian Hall, who was a Chinese American teenager, was shot by the police 7 times while he was experiencing a mental health crisis. Instead of receiving the mental health he needed, he was shot and killed. It was recently decided that the use of force was justified. The police had claimed that Christian wasn't cooperative and pointed a gun at the troopers at the time of the shooting, but many clips of Christian show that he only had his hands raised, and none of these claims were true. This shows to not trust in the police to protect the Asian American community.
There has been a rise in racist incidents in communities all over the country, including vandalism of Asian-owned businesses and targeted violence among train and bus passengers.
However, there are many ways you can help. You can report any incident you personally witnessed or are a victim of, or were told and have information about.
Asian American businesses were hit hard due to the pandemic, and many have been subject to discrimination and vandalism. So if you support an Asian business, as in going to your favorite restaurant, grocery stores, or shops and other businesses, that is a major way that can help the Asian community. What is Black Lives Matter?
Black Lives Matter is a decentralized political and social movement protesting against incidents of police brutality and all racially motivated violence against Black people.
The movement started in 2013, protesting the acquittal of policeman George Zimmerman for the fatal shooting of Trayvon Martin. In 2014, the shooting of Michael Brown sparked protests in Ferguson, Missouri. Black Lives Matter led the protests and emerged as a peaceful, non-violent group.
What's happening now? The Black Lives Matter movement is in full swing, with athletes across the country joining in on it.
A huge example of Black Lives Matter within the last year can be represented by the death of George Floyd. Throughout the country for the past year, there have been events where teenagers through adults lay on the ground on a hot summer day and shout, "I can't breathe," while being touched to the concrete to signify just exactly what George Floyd went through. You may be wondering, how are there ways that you can help? There are some things that you can do to help this movement.
You can sign petitions,
You can donate,
or educate yourself.
you can read and introduce yourself to the problems that the community is currently facing.
Use your voice on social media and do not stay silent. Your voice will be heard and help those who are struggling.
Use your voice to help those who are silenced.
We don't always realize the effect that we have on others. Sometimes the things you say to someone, while they may not mean much to you, might stick with that person for the rest of their lives. And that could go both ways, for better or worse. But the thing is, this applies to everyone, regardless of your race, gender, sexuality, religion, age. We all have one thing in common. We're human. People deserve to be treated fairly, with kindness, respect, but not selectively.
Every single person is unique. And yes, that's cheesy, and you've probably heard it a million times. But that doesn't make it any less true. We are not defined by how people see us. A definition would imply that there's no room for change. But we're meant to grow and to learn, and shutting out ideas simply because they're not what we're used to only holds us back. Your validity is not synonymous with how other people view you. Embracing yourself and the person you want to become should never be something you're ashamed of.
You should also never feel ashamed of the things you can't control. At our age, it's easy to feel helpless and there's so much to be stressed out about. But just because the world keeps spinning doesn't mean you should have to trip over yourself trying to keep up. Take a moment, take a breath, figure out what makes you happy, not what others say you should want. It's okay to make it about you sometimes.
Maybe someone doesn't understand what you identify as. That doesn't mean it's not valid. Maybe you might feel that your problems aren't as bad as someone else's. That doesn't make them any less real or you any less important. Sometimes better just means less worse. No one should be allowed to tell anyone that their struggles matter less than others. No one should ever have to be in danger for their life simply for being who they truly are. We go through life slowly figuring it out, but just because some of us are more secure within ourselves doesn't mean that we get to define what life means for others. It is our job as human beings to show empathy, not apathy, and to give support, not tear each other down.
We're not going to try to define what peace means for everyone at Ridgewoods. Instead, we'll leave that up to you, because peace could mean something different to every person. We're all built differently, made up of different experiences and memories and opinions. But allowing that to get in the way of connection and allowing it to make the world dangerous for people who are unapologetically themselves is not solving any problems anytime soon.
Maybe you're not like me. Maybe we don't agree. But does that mean we have to be enemies? Maybe we just get brave, take a leap of faith, call a truce, and then find a better way. If we open our eyes, if we look deeper, if we listen closer, we might find we're more alike than we are different. We don't have to be split into right or left, black or white, right or wrong. Aren't we all the same inside? Don't we all bleed the same? So no matter your gender, your sexuality, your race, your religion, your size, your age, we can come together. If we're going to fight, let's fight for each other. If we're going to shout, let love be the cry. Because we're stronger when we come together. And together we can create a safer school, a safer world for all people.
As we celebrate Month of Peace, we respect those that are willing to step out of their comfort zone and try something new. Watch now as one of our students, under the performance name Maria Rosita, sings for us. Don't judge. Remember, promote peace and positivity. Step out of your comfort zone and try something you've been dreaming of too.
She didn't want to be beautiful, she goes unnoticed, she knows. Golden she plays, attention she pays, every minute she prays to be a good life is golden. All she knows is the light is shining, deeper than the eyes can find it. Baby, maybe blood so she tries to cover up me. And go away, the color goes around, and the face is me. But there's a rose waiting for you in the dark. You should love your beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing of what can change inside. No scars, you're beautiful. Your scars, you're beautiful.
You say we're too young to form an opinion, to make a decision, to separate good from bad, right from wrong. But apparently we're old enough to be used, mistreated, laughed at, and abused. According to you, he's old enough to be beat and killed for loving a boy, but I'm too young to use my voice or speak against being used like a toy. And I'm old enough to be raped and catcalled, but I'm too young to understand politics or be appalled by injustice. Enough with the older you are, the wiser you are. No, the older you become, the more set in your ways from when you were young. And if that's what you thought was right back in the day, then chances are nowadays you still think that's okay. Well, guess what? It's not. I'm too young to have my body be used, or to be called things or stared at like an animal in a zoo. I'm not too young to have my voice be heard or share my opinion on the punishments you deserve for your years of mistreatment that you got away with because of a system that benefits you. Well, surprise, that system's not here to stay. It's ours for the taking, and we're done. My mind and my body are two different things. They're both mine to use in the way that I choose. You see, you've got it backwards. You think my body is old enough to be used and my mind is too young to share my opinion. No, my body is too young to be abused and my mind is old enough to be brilliant, to make a decision, to delegate good from bad, right from wrong, and it knows you are wrong because you don't see how my body is mine. I'm not too young. You're too old, and I know you're crossing a line.
Hi, I'm Eliza Hedman, and I'm on Richard Wood's soccer.
What does peace mean to you, Eliza?
To me, peace is like everyone included. Everyone can feel comfortable in who they are and who they are as identities.
And why is it important for everyone in sports to feel included?
Well, it's important for everyone to feel included because everyone's talented in different ways, and teamwork is always the way to go. Like, teamwork always makes everyone positive, and if you have a team that's supportive of who you are racially and spiritually, I mean, can't get any better than that, right?
Hi, my name is Anna Hipple, and I'm on the softball team. Peace to me is when anybody can feel comfortable, and you're not you don't have to feel stressed because you can just be comfortable in your own skin and wherever you are. Just being comfortable no matter where you are and what you're doing with anybody. I think it's important to feel comfortable because if you're not comfortable, you're gonna be you could be in a bad mood or really stressed, and that affects not only you, but it can affect other people. So if everybody is comfortable, then you can get along and things just work out better.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Katie Brown. I'm a junior and I play softball at Richwoods.
All right, Katie, what does peace mean to you?
To me, it means no violence and no hate.
Yeah. And why is it important to feel safe and included on the softball field or in sports in general?
Because if you're not friends with everyone on the team, it kind of just makes it you don't want to be there, and you just, I don't know, you want to have fun while playing. I feel like that's the most important part of high school sports.
Absolutely.
Hi, my name is Melissa Tomsovic. I'm a junior and I'm on the softball team. Peace to me means no violence, no hate, and it means just everyone's on the same page. I feel like peace kind of eases the mood. It makes the tension go away, and it just makes interacting with your teammates easier.
My name's Addison Church. I'm a freshman and I play softball.
My name is Franklin Bishop, and I'm a junior, and I play softball. Peace to me means having respect for everyone around you, no matter what they think, what they believe in, just respecting them as a person.
It's important to have peace on the field so then you don't get in arguments with each other and aren't disrespectful to each other.
Hi, I'm Maggie Lindahl, and I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm MC, and I'm a senior. Peace means, feeling safe with who you are, with people who you are with, and just not having any drama or anything.
I think it's important to have peace on the softball team because then you can trust anyone at all times with anything that's going on.
Peace is the state of harmony where there's no violent conflict. It's the tolerance for all people regardless of race, religion, social class, age, gender, or sexuality. For equality to be achieved, all of those should be put to the side. Equality is giving everyone an equal chance to express themselves. It's the idea that everyone, no matter who, has the opportunity to pursue their hopes and dreams without letting what makes that individual unique prevent them from doing so. None of those unique traits that make up that individual should make them any less of a person. No one should be seen differently because of those unique traits. At the end of the day, we are all human beings. We should accept each other for who we are. Let's make this a world a better place, a world free of judgment and inequality. Let's go hand in hand and achieve peace and tranquility together so everyone is able to thrive and blossom for being who they are, for being unique.
The world isn't going to change overnight. As much as we want that to be true, it's not. Change takes time, but before that, it takes awareness.
This is why it's important to stay educated, to listen to those who are being silenced instead of turning the other cheek.
To consciously make the decision to unlearn the wrong built into our society. Intolerance and ignorance go hand in hand.
And as much as we'd like you to listen to the information given here today, we can't force you to take it to heart. That has to be your decision.
Hate is easier. It's inherent and straightforward. It takes courage and effort to change that.
It takes courage to listen to the truth,
to make the right choice,
To go the extra mile.
To speak up.
To choose peace.
Woo!